Okay, so we're ready now, and we are going to talk about Bernie Madoff, who created the biggest Ponzi scheme in history. He surpassed the Romans with their Ponzi scheme. $63 billion disappeared, okay? Which means people gave him their money. My question, Anthony, is why did people just give him the money? What happened? They just said, oh, here, take my money, invest it. They had no control. Like when you go into the stock market, you give your money, put it into the stock market, you're gambling. You know you're gambling. You can't afford to lose the money, don't go into the stock market. Is that Aaron?
How are you, Nick?
Aaron, you've been missing in action, Aaron.
I know. I've been working.
Okay, we're talking about Bernie Madoff, which is also me and Isaac. Okay. Okay, what made him do it? The first thing he did, now remember, Bernie Madoff is a pure sociopath. That's an amazing thing in psychology. He has absolutely no feelings. He gets off on winning. That's his fulfillment. He doesn't care about his family. He doesn't care about his friends. He doesn't give a shit about anything, except that one thing, screwing people. Did I give everybody the big picture of the big screw? When he sits at his desk, there's this 4-foot screw in back of his desk. It's a sculpture he had made. And he would come in every morning and he would dust the screw because he's going to screw everybody that day. By the way, I got the picture. Marion, we found it and we got the picture of Bernie Madoff in his office with the big screw. He's giving you the symbolic reference for what he's doing. Okay? But how did he do it? The first thing, he got his family together. His whole family was in on it, and he got their money. That's how he started this whole thing. He didn't care who it was. He started the family, got all the family together, got their money, and started the Ponzi scheme growing. After the family, he went into the Jewish community because he was Jewish. And the Jewish people said he has done more damage to the Jewish community economically than Hitler. That's incredible. Okay, he didn't care. So he networked within the Jewish community. That's why if I'm riding motorcycles, my networking was with all these men and women riding motorcycles. But I was there to have fun riding motorcycles. But they also wanted to do real estate. And that's okay with me, if I like them, and they like me. Okay? It says right on top, by referral only, Bernie Madoff. He made himself exclusive, okay? Robert Cialdini wrote a book called Influence. How did Bernie Madoff influence these people? That's what the book is about. Compliance techniques. He made it so that everybody wanted to comply with his group, his organization. For example, if you go to a nudist beach, and I've done this, and you're with a bunch of people, and one of them does not want to take off their clothes, right? Everybody's naked, right? This person, she didn't want to take off her clothes because she was kind of shy. I said, well, okay, don't take off your clothes. So everybody takes off their clothes, and we're all going into the nudist beach, and their families, and it's a very nice thing to do. Do you know, after 15, 20 minutes, she had to take off her clothes because she had to join the group. You have to comply. And Bernie Madoff created that situation where everybody complies. Everybody wants to be part of it, kind of feeling. Okay? Credentials. Nobody checked his credentials. This guy said anything and everybody believed him. But nobody checked. Nobody went on the internet and said, you know, does he really have a Bachelor of Science or a Master's or what is it about? Nobody checked. He was a member of many boards. That's where the networking comes in. Okay? He joined a lot of clubs, a lot of boards, especially where there was money, like exclusive health clubs or resort communities or whatever it is. He joined them. Okay? How did he join them? With the money people were giving him.
Other people's money.
He was using OPM, other people's money. Okay? And he always made them feel he was doing them a favor. Okay? Yeah, so, yeah, okay, you want to, you know, you're like family. He used to say that at weddings. Oh, you're like family. Welcome to my club. And he would invite this young couple who just got married, had a lot of money and whatnot. They gave him their money. Meanwhile, he's showing a 15% return on an investment. Now, Leon and I were very successful. We always made 10%. We could never make 15%. I'm thinking, nobody can make 15%. It's just too hard. 10 you could do if you're very clever. Okay, Aaron? 10 is the number. Plus the benefit of the tax shelter. So maybe you're up to maybe 13%. Okay? Not only that, when people commit and they make a mistake, they want to stick with it. They don't want to sell the stock. The stock died. It's no good. It went down. You're laughing, I know. Fellow victims, we're all victims. It went down, for Christ's sakes. The horse died. Get off of it. No, not human beings. We stick with it. Okay? And he used that principle. By the way, this guy Bernie was not stupid. He was a sociopath, but he was not stupid. Okay? Secrecy. You want to spread a rumor? Tell somebody. Don't tell anybody about this. All right? They'll tell everybody. Okay? He did that. He always did that. Viral marketing. Fund the feeds. Now we come to the heart of the business. Let's say I start a Ponzi scheme. And I start with Richard and Anthony and Eve and JR. We got to include JR in our Ponzi scheme. We start this scheme. And the money starts coming in from other people. But these people are going to make 15 and 20% return. Why? Because these people are my referral business. Because they're going to go around and tell everybody. Their family, their children, their ex-wives. They're going to tell everybody, you know, I'm making 15, 20%. This guy, Bernie, he's fantastic. And they feeders, the referral business, they went out and they did that. So he always kept building feeders, getting the new people on the Ponzi scheme, because, you know, when you're on the bottom of the pyramid, that's not a good place to be. Meanwhile, the feeders are moving up all the time. They're making more and more money, and so they go around and tell more and more people about it. Okay? That's the referral business, the feeder fund. That was the most important thing. And why? The Securities and Exchange Commission, the SEC, they had it right in front of them. Why didn't they report it? A high school graduate can see this accounting is no good. They didn't report it. Why? Because they were making money. That's another thing about Bernie. He wasn't greedy. If he made $10 million, he'd give Fred $1 million. He didn't hold on to the whole pie. He gave away a lot of money to the feeders. Okay? He made a lot of money. You're talking $63 billion. That's a lot of money to go around. Okay? He kept the feeders going. He paid off the officials. That's why he got away with it. And everybody's embarrassed about that. Well, I didn't know. You know, did you ever hear such happy horse shit in your life? I didn't know. You know, that's wrong. Now I'm going to tell you something that's, well, maybe hopefully no one will ever watch this tape. People are greedy. And you appeal to that, and you will win every time. And he knew that. He always appealed to our greed. And he won. He kept winning and winning and winning. The takeaway close. He would say to people, remember closing techniques? We got 25 of them. Takeaway close. Well, this is by referral only. You know, you might not. We might not be taking on any more clients. It made people feel they're going to lose the opportunity, and so they jumped in. Okay. He acted casual. I don't need the business. When people feel you need them, the game goes in their favor. Right, Fred? That's a good one. If you're in a negotiation and they feel you cannot afford to lose, you're going to lose that negotiation. You've got to be able to get up and walk away in a negotiation at all times. And there's nothing like money that helps you be in that position. Okay, we talked about his damage to the Jewish community. Major, major, major. Oh, Okay, he drove, what's an Aston Martin? You know about that. Is that a car? That's an expensive car?
Yeah.
Okay, he drove an Aston Martin, right? With a Belgian shoes or something like that. I've got some clients that walk in here, and you can see they must have spent $500 on their shoes. My feeling is you go to a thrift store, you get them for $2.
You're not
Don't listen to me, I'm wrong. Don't do it.
Listen for success.
Name brands. He always used name brands. And that's very interesting because I've had clients, I could be wearing any kind of shirt and they know what kind of shirt I'm wearing. Hello, come on in.
Hi.
What, who's that, Tony?
This is it.
Tony, go back there. The loan documents are right behind Aaron. You know
Sorry
Aaron?
to disturb you guys. Sorry to disturb you.
Aaron works with Isaac.
I know.
So we won't say anything bad about Isaac today.
How are you?
Nice to see you.
Okay, he used personalized stationery. Okay? When the Arabs came, because you all know we had a real estate office in Saudi Arabia, Abu Dhabi Emirates. When the Arabs came to visit Rubicon, I was sweeping the parking lot. That upset them very much. The only thing they wanted me to do was change the stationery. Okay? Tony, come on forward. Don't be shy. What do you need?
Sorry about this way. I want you
Okay,
guys
how's the
to-
deal going?
Sorry about that. Sorry.
We're closing. We're
I will
closing
make
next
it.
week.
Sure. Yeah. Hopefully.
Tony's a superstar.
Thank you, guys. Bye.
Okay, I'll see you, Tony. Okay, appearances. I'm sorry to say it. The world is ruled by appearances. It's not who you are. It's not what you say. What you say means nothing. It's appearances. It really comes down to appearances. People make their decisions based on these superficial appearances. And they gave him all this money just because of appearances. It's a very sad commentary. You know, I'll tell you, I never do anything unless it's by referral. Like with Fred. I asked you about a guy, you referred me to Ricky. Well, I know you for a long time. I called Ricky, and look, everything's changed. Ricky's got all these jobs. His friend Jack is doing electrical for us. Referral. You never go to the yellow pages and just pick someone at random. The best I can come up with is referral, and in some way, documentation. If you can document the person you're dealing with. Okay, compliance, secrets of the con artists. Con artists are convinced of their own power. I've met a sociopath, a couple of them. They really believe what they're saying. This is an amazing, I couldn't believe. I was in the court, and the person who's losing the case is lying. He really believed it. You know, and the judge is looking at what's wrong with this guy. Okay? But the con artist really believes what they're saying. Oh, religious zeal. Nothing impresses me so much as a religious person when they start referring to God and God's work and that they're part of this great doctrine. Okay? Religious zeal, as with Bernie and the Jewish community. Okay? We're not going to go into the next tape. We're going to just make this one. All right? I don't want to make it too long. Bernie Madoff was a legend in his own mind. Okay? You know what they called him? What his nickname was? Downstairs, he had the other company printing out all of these phony statistics. Okay? Downstairs, they used to call him the Wizard of Lies. That's not bad. That's a very good title. Believe himself had help with. Oh, here's another thing. I read Venter's book on genetics, genetic engineering, and how he deciphered the genetic code, which was an incredible feat. I mean, really, in the whole history of science, that has to be to discern the genetic code for human beings. We could build a human being, no doubt about it, okay? How did he do it? I started reading his book. I read the whole book, okay? One book, it came down to teamwork. It came down to teamwork all the time. People working together with a common goal, which is what I seem to be starting at Rubicon, Jose. All working together, we're here for real estate, a common goal. Okay, so we can wind it up now. Go to www.rubicon.la.com, and you probably could see this tape again if you want to see it. Then report me to the IRS. All right? Okay, good. That's all right?